All right, guys, let's get some MLB picks and props for Sunday, May 19th, slate of games. Trey, leaderboard, starts off.
Yeah, guys, I went 0-0 on the game picks yesterday. I gave out the Padres plus a half in the first 5 inning run that versus the Braves. Game was postponed.
Yeah, and I had the Kansas City Royals. Didn't match. We took them -0.5 in the first 5 and -1.5 in the game. They won 5-3. It was pretty dicey late in the game from -1.5. They had runners on the corner, only one out, had a strikeout and a pop-up. So shout out to the Royals for getting the job done. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, 1-1 day here. My loss was Aaron Judge over 1.5 total bases versus the White Sox. He walked a couple times. He only had a single in this game, so only had one total base. Also gave out Shota and Managa over 5.5 strikeouts versus the Pirates, and Imanaga had another great game. But he did strike out 7 people for the over.
He's so good. He's so good at pitching. I don't know, in 2-day, bad day here. Jarren Duran over 1.5 base against the Cardinals. Didn't get a hit against Miles McColl's. I thought he might turn a single into a double late in the game in the top of the 8th. He did not, so we only had a single in the game. My pitching prop, Patrick Sandoval. Hopefully somebody out there listened to me whenever I said take his walks, because the walks hit, the overruns did not hit. As I watched 13 innings between the Rangers last night, I did not go over 2.5 earned runs, only gave up a solo shot. So bad pick there. Trey, let's go to the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm excited to talk about my play. It's going to be this Pittsburgh Pirates going up against Chicago Cubs game, and I'm pretty excited to watch this game. We're getting an interesting pitching matchup here. The Pirates, they're throwing out Mitch Keller in this one, and Keller, he has a 4-3 record, the 3.93 ERA paired with a 1.33 WHIP. And Keller, he's actually ranked in the bottom half of all MLB pitchers in basically every single pitching category. So I think the Cubs should be pretty excited to take advantage of that, especially since they average 4.47 runs per game, which is ranked 14th in the MLB. I expect the Cubs to score 5+ runs in this game. So I'm going to take the Cubs here on the money line at -124. I feel like that's just, perfect juice there because Chicago, they're throwing out Jamison Talion here. And Talion, he has a 3-1 record with a 1.61 ERA, paired with a 1.11 WHIP. He has been elite on the mound this year. And with him pitching at home, I just expect him to hold the Pirates to a low number. Pittsburgh, they only score an average of 3.77 runs per game. That's the 4th lowest in the MLB. So I think we're going to see the Cubs be able to pull away throughout this one, and it's just going to be beautiful to watch. Give me the Cubs here on the money line versus the Pirates.
Yeah, Trey, I'd like to play there for you. For my play today, we're looking at the Washington Nationals going up against the Phillies. I'm going to play a little bit of favoritism today because we're taking the Washington Nationals. They're my favorite team. Give you them +212 here on the money line to win against the Phillies. We have our most reliable arm on the mound in this game. I think we're getting too much value to not take them on the money line. Not thrilled we got walked off last night. Kyle Finnegan blew it for us. I'm not really mad at him. He's been pretty good this year. Maybe I'm absolutely livid that our management of the last couple innings down the stretch, bottom 9, bottom 10, and extra innings especially, why would we sit him after an inning and then bring him back out? He's not done that, I believe, the entire season. But anyways, I understand the Philadelphia Phillies are one of, if not the best team in baseball right now, just looking at the records. But Aaron Nola has not been Aaron Nola that we've seen from the past. Trevor Williams has been one of the best all-around pitchers in the league, let alone on the Washington Nationals. And we're getting +200 on the money line. The Phillies, statistically, runs per game, they're really good. Batting average per game, they're really good. They're up there in all the categories. The Nationals are towards the bottom in all those categories as well, bottom 10. But if you've watched a Nationals game, they're never out of it. And they've got a ton of young talent, especially in the top 5 of the batting order. Depends on where they put Young in the order. Jacob Young, C.J. Abrams, Luis Garcia, Jacob Young. This season, those guys have been some of the best hitters in baseball at the top of the order in the MLB. Nick Senzel's been really good as well up there. And as a whole, though, the organization, the Washington Nationals are getting Aaron Nola off of his best performance of the season after he went 9 innings against the Mets and he didn't give up a run. Before that game, though, Aaron Nola had a lot of mistakes, including giving up 3+ runs in 2 of the last 3 games. Before that Mets games, the Phillies, they're going to be without Trey Turner. They've been without him for a while now in the lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. They've got a lot of great contact hitters, not a ton of power. And once you get past Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, it doesn't really matter necessarily because Trevor Williams didn't give up home runs. In his 8 games this season, he only given up 1 total home run, and that was against the White Sox. He's coming into this game with a 1.94 ERA, and over the last 5 starts, he's given up 5 hits or less in every single start, going 5+ innings in every single start. He's only given up a total of 3 runs over the last 5 games. I'm going to trust him in a big way here. Huge money line, +210. I'm also going to say something bad about the Nationals. Joey Gallo, Jesse Winker, Patrick Corbin, Steven Strasburg. Those guys are a liability. All they're doing is taking our money. I think you and I, Trey, have more combined hits in the major leagues this season than Joey Gallo. But give me the Washington Nationals here on the money line as the play. I think they're going to win this game. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to my boy here. I'm going to go with William Contreras over 7.5 fantasy score against the Astros. I love this over for Contreras in this game because we're going to see him dominate here simply because that's what he's been doing so far this season. Contreras, he has a 350 batting average with 61 hits, 34 RBIs, and 39 runs scored. That's an average of 3.04 hits plus runs plus RBIs per game. And if he hits that average here in this game, Contreras will continue to fly over this number. And Contreras, he's getting a beautiful matchup against Spencer Arrighetti. And Spencer, he has a 4.52 ERA paired to 1.9 whip. So he's just been getting lit up this year. And with Contreras being placed at the top of the Brewers batting lineup, he's just going to get a ton of opportunities throughout this game. And that's going to allow him to smash the over. I wouldn't be surprised if we honestly see him smash a dinger here. 6 of Contreras' 7 home runs have been against right-handed pitching. So give me William Contreras to go over 7.5 fantasy score versus the Astros.
Yeah, I love it. We're on the same page because I'm taking Christian Yelich over 1.5 bases going up against the Astros. Ever since coming back from his injury, Christian Yelich has been one of the best players on this team, collecting 4 multi-hit games over the last 6 games. He's now been back for a total of 7 games. He's already collected 9 hits in those 7 games, boost against the batting average up to 338 on the year. He has been dialed in at the plate. He's striking out just a little bit more than I like him to. That's also a good sign because I want him to swing the bat. If I'm going to take him to go over his bases, he better be swinging the bat at the plate rather than striking out or walking. He's getting a really good matchup going up against Spencer Arrighetti, who's been horrible this season for the Astros, coming in with a 7.52 ERA, nearly a 2 whip on the season, and his record on the mound this year is 1 win to 4 losses. Teams have been racking up the hits against Spencer in the last 6 starts this year. 3 teams, the Royals, the Cubs, and the New York Yankees, all had 7+ hits against him, having 4+ earned runs. He's been decent at a couple starts, but he's given up at least 2 runs in every single game this year, and he's given up at least 5 hits in the majority of the games as well. Christian Yelich should have no problem in this game. Give me his over 1.5 bases as the play. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Corbin Burnes here, and I'm going to take him to go over 6.5 strikeouts going up against the Mariners. I love this over for Burnes in this game because we're going to see him pile up the strikeouts throughout this one, and I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because Burnes, he's just been elite this year. Through his first 9 starts, Burnes, he's averaging 5.4 strikeouts per game, which is under this number, but I do believe they're going to see him turn it up here even more in this one. That's because of his matchup versus the Mariners. Seattle, they absolutely love to strike out. They have 0 plate discipline, and the Mariners, they strike out an average of 10.13 times per game. That is the most in the MLB, and with that trend, Burnes would only need to pitch 6 innings in this game to hit the over, which he's done in 6 of his 9 starts. So look for Burnes to just accumulate a ton of strikeouts in this game. Give me Corbin Burnes here to go over 6.5 strikeouts versus the Mariners.
I'm calling 11. I'm calling 11 strikeouts for him in this game against the Mariners. I think he's going to be dialed in. For my pitching prop, give me Alek Manoah over 2.5 earned runs going up against the Rays. You can make the argument that this is going to be a good matchup for him because the Rays have got a lot of right-handed hitters. But I see right through this guy. He has a lot of false confidence on the mound. He tries to act like he's having fun, and he tries to act like nothing's getting to him. But there's a reason he wasn't in the MLB for a full season. This was a very good pitcher just 2 seasons ago. And then all of a sudden, 2024, he was getting beat around and bullied in AA ball before being called back up to the major leagues to see if he still had what it takes. I'm not entirely sure why the Blue Jays called him back up. He's still a young guy. But if you go look at his stats whenever he was trying to get himself back to the majors, his stats were not good enough to be called back up. In the league so far against the Minnesota Twins, he did just go 7 innings. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, nothing earned. By the way, Trey, the MLB, they need to fix the errors because I think we talked about this. They had 2 outs in the game against the Twins. Somebody got on from an error. Everything after he gave up didn't count against him. He gave up a walk and then a piss missile to Carlos Santana sent him 500 feet to the parking lot, but nothing counted against him in the game. That needs to be changed. But he's also played against the Washington Nationals. I watched every single second of that game. He was pretty good in the first 2 innings. He did get have a little bit of trouble in the first 2 innings, but once he got to the 4th inning, the second time around for most of the guys, he gave up 6 earned runs, 7 runs in total off of just 6 hits and 2 home runs. Most of that damage was off the left-handed hitters, which is why I said he might look like he has a good matchup. But I see right through him. That's what we've been seeing in AAA ball, him getting hammered. That's what we're seeing in AA ball. He was getting hammered. I'm taking him again, over 2.5 runs against the Rays as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with the Cubs here on the money line against the Pirates. They're at home here. that they're not the better pitcher, and I feel like they're the better team overall. So that's a lineup right there that I love. Also going with William Contreras over 7.5 fantasy score versus the Astros. Getting a perfect pitching matchup here. He's the dog in the Brewers lineup, so he's going to have a great game. Also going with Corbin Burnes over 6.5 strikeouts versus the Mariners. Burnes, he's been pretty decent this year in his first year with the Orioles, and I feel like he's going to have a great game.
Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time with the Nationals. Plus 200, ways too much with our best pitcher on the mound. Then give me Christian Yelich over 1.5 bases. Going up against Spencer Strider. He's been horrible this season. Over a 70 ERA, gives up 5+ hits every single game. Christian Yelich and Wilson Contreras should dominate in this game. And then Alek Manoah, over 2.5 earned runs going up against the Rays. Gave up 6 to the Washington Nationals. Gave up 0, according to the MLB rules, against the Twins, but he's given up 3+ in both games so far. So I think that's going to continue in this one, guys. That's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Sunday, May 19th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,